Hi friends, lately we have been talking about labels and how to most effectively communicate where we are on the autism spectrum. And we mentioned high functioning, and some people don't mind it. Other people feel like it maybe misrepresents where we are. But I was thinking about this today. When my boys were younger, they are now 33 and 29, but when they were about 8 and 4, they got the chicken pox. And my older son Jared had chicken pox all over. I mean, in between his fingers, in his ears. The poor thing, he was so itchy. And George, who's 4 years younger, got one pock, one spot. And I asked the pediatrician, did he even have chicken pox? And he said, yes, it just manifested differently. You may have experienced this with maybe somebody at work or in the office or school who one person has a cold and they're absolutely miserable, stuffy nose, sore throat, headache, the whole works. And other people get a cold and it's just, an annoyance. It's the same virus, it just manifests differently. And even though autism is not a disease or an illness, it's a neurological processing difference, it can still manifest differently in different people. Oh my goodness, I'm in Florida and it's like 95 out and feels like temperature of 103. It's so hot. But anyway, I thought of this analogy, see if it makes sense. Now, I used to not understand analogies. They kind of threw me off because I'm a very literal thinker. But then once I figured them out, I realized how helpful they can be. So I was thinking about all these people sitting around a Thanksgiving table. And let's just say the table is autism, right? Everybody around the table has autism. Some people have chinette plates, those really thick ones that can hold a lot of stuff. Let's consider that masking or ability to mask. And some people have those thinner paper plates and they can't really hold a lot. So they might need a little more support. They might need a couple of them, right? And then all of this stuff, all the food on the table is the characteristics and traits. And so maybe one person with a chinette plate has more mashed potatoes. And maybe another person with a chinette plate has, am I allowed to say chinette plate? I don't know, but has more turkey, and maybe one has more green bean casserole. And then maybe somebody with one of those other paper plates has mashed potatoes, and they have more than somebody else with one of those thinner plates. So it just manifests differently, and we have different capabilities of masking. So even though I have a chinette plate, level 1, so to speak, there are areas where I need support that may even be considered level 2. And maybe a level 3 person is actually really doesn't need a whole lot of support because they only have a tiny bit of green bean casserole. So maybe, I don't know, tell me what you think of that analogy. Maybe it's a way that can help explain to other people, family and friends, exactly where you might be on the spectrum. By the way, my name is Cheryl and I'm a very late diagnosed autistic woman who also happens to have ADHD. I hope you all have a wonderful day and I hope you're staying cool.